Hey everyone, this is Kat of Catalyst Holistic Life Coaching, bringing your life in alignment with you. I am back to start doing my weekly readings and just my card readings in general. I had taken some time off, wanted some space to ground, and now we're in this whole situation where I don't have work and am teaching very minimally, and so I have a lot more free time all of a sudden. So I'm going to start doing these more regularly and, try to offer more of my services for everyone to have access to by donation base, because I feel like we're really in a time of need for healing and connecting with each other to facilitate our lifestyles now. And so offering my work as best I can now. So I'm really excited to share with you guys. So this is just a general reading for the collective, and this week I'm working with the fairy tarot because it's a little bit lighter and just it's kind of more of like the self-esteem deck, so it's a really light energy. And then instead of an animal totem, I'm doing a dragon totem because I feel like we're really in need of some good protection energy. And then I also added an herb card from this new little deck that I got from an herbal handbook. So yeah, fairly the same, but a couple new messages as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you're coming into this at any point in time in the week, this can be an energy that is already manifesting or is coming to you. So just taking a second to breathe and come into the reading with your energy. And seeing if this resonates for you. Sometimes we have to kind of just listen to all of the reading to really get a message. So if it may not resonate with you, it may not be for you today. So let's get started. So the first card we have is the Three of Autumn. Follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do, being compensated for your creative talents. So the Three of Autumn, or the Three of Pentacles, is also a sign of teamwork, putting in a lot of the work together. And so with everything that's going on and everyone's kind of being shut into all this stuff, we have more time to really actually focus on the things that we wanted to. I've been trying to look at the optimistic part of that, where it's like, yeah, we may be kind of stressing about what we're going to do, but when are we going to have another opportunity to really put this much dedication and focus into something that we really want to do? So if there's something that has been kind of on the back burner, this could be your call to start paying attention to that again and start putting your work in and creating something beautiful, because we have the Kala lilies back here. And he's almost finished with his project. So this could be something where you actually are able to finish that goal of yours, and you'll be able to come out of this with a fresh new perspective of how you want to move forward. And since this is normally like a card of teamwork, like how are we going to be a bigger picture of the collective working with each other? Okay, so next card we have is the Five of Winter. Walk away from dishonest associations, realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, something that's not worth the effort. So some of you, maybe this was kind of a wake-up call from something that wasn't really serving you anymore. Like, we're getting a lot of these realizations of how people are really treating us, if our jobs are really going to take care of us, if this whole system is really going to take care of us. And it's kind of leading to a lot of this bickering and just back and forth, like stabbing energy. And it can also kind of be a self-deprecating energy as well. So, where are you directing your thoughts right now? Because the Five of Winter or the Five of Swords can also do with our mentality. So, are you putting a lot of your thoughts into these things that are just taking your mind away from what's really important, what you should be working towards? Or are you worried about all of these things? Are you worried about how people are betraying you? Or are you constantly just kind of in a worried state with everything that's going on? Are you having a lot of anxiety, so you're starting to tear yourself down? And so really paying attention this week to where the thoughts are going and how much effort you really want to put into that. If it's really just causing you more stress, which we don't need right now, just try to let it go. Try to find something that is leading you more towards something constructive, something that is going to keep you progressing forward. Because if you're stuck back in these patterns and you're just caught up in your thoughts, you're not going to be able to really rationally handle all of these things. And this could be maybe a fight. Maybe some of you are having disagreements with family members on values, or everyone is just kind of in disagreement right now. So I think this is really saying putting in the work for yourself so that you can also contribute back to everyone else in the end. How are we going to contribute later on? Instead of adding fuel to the fire and adding more disconnection, discord, how are we going to unite and make more of a solid foundation for when we move forward? Because I've also seen the Three of Pentacles as that imagery as well, as a strong foundation, which is often teamwork. It's not always we're an integral part as individuals, but as the whole, we have to create this new foundation for ourselves, and we're not going to do it with this constant bickering back and forth. Okay, so our next card, we have the King of Winter. He is knowledgeable, experienced, fair-minded, and unemotional. Get advice from someone professional and objective. Public speaking or unemotional relationships. So I've been drawing this King of Winter or King of Swords a lot lately. And I had read an interesting article about Saturn moving into Aquarius and a lot of interesting stuff going into the cosmos, but Aquarius is actually an air sign. And so Swords is actually the air element, this really intellectual shift that we're starting to go through, this higher mind with technology and how we're going to advance forward. And so we need to come back to this logical place. We need to also be really fair and just. A king in these senses is the highest representation of each of these elements, somebody who's kind of mastered this realm. So they may not, in the air sense, be the most emotional people, but they are just and have logic and try to also be really fair to everyone involved. So finding ways to kind of embody this, or maybe you need some sort of guidance from a person like that. So maybe this could be a teacher coming in for you, or this could be a call to really be that person, learning how to be more fair and delegate things with each other instead of, again, going back to this kind of fighting. This is a lower energy of the swords. We want to be more in this mastery and more of, even though it's an air element, this is still someone that's grounded in their experience and their knowledge. So this could also be pertaining to finding the truth of the matter. In all of our situations, there can be so much misinformation going back and forth, and that's why it's causing so much bickering. So we could also be called to finding our actual truth and finding the truth, because we shouldn't be tearing each other down and being at each other's throats for some Facebook meme. We should be being fair to everyone. Everyone is our community, and supporting each other and delegating our responsibilities to each other. And that's what I'm seeing so greatly done with, the internet, in the sense of people giving their offerings and their classes. So everyone's still there, like doing their part of what they do for work. So how can you contribute your truth and your gifts to the society, to the whole? And I know that's kind of hard right now because we're in this sort of fear mind state. And so this can also be a really good card of clarity. So finding your clarity and your clear mind. So spending some time meditating or getting more clear on what you stand for and what your truth is going to be. Interesting. Okay, so moving into our dragon protector, which I like to work with these because these are interdimensional, and so they have a lot of work with like angels, if you believe in that sort of thing. So we have the earth and air dragon, represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth, staying balanced, grounding your visions, and manifesting your hopes and dreams. So again, kind of with that Saturn energy, we just went from an earth sign into an air sign, and these two are opposites. So opposite sides of the spectrum. Some people are being really grounded and some people are kind of up in the clouds about these things. So how are we going to find this balance? How are we going to recreate this higher energy again, bring it back down to earth? Because earth is kind of not really sure what to do right now. And so how do we bring that level back up as, as above, so below? And it's the people, like, we're that connection. We're the ones like who this energy. So are we acting how we want to, how we truly want to be represented, or are we falling more into this fear mindset and being ungrounded and not being our best representatives of ourselves? And we can all get sucked into that. So finding your balance again, grounding, yoga, different things like that, finding ways to ground, but also to have this higher mind, this higher intellect, not falling into it. Okay, so now we have now we have our crystal energy, and the sun is setting right now, so I apologize if it's getting really dark. I'll make sure you can still see the cards. So we have the clear calcite, or universal mind. So clear crystals are really good for helping to cleanse out other energies. They're like things like selenite or clear quartz. They're really good for just really light energy body, and this is very white. So again, like the universal mind, that clarity, universal, all together, the universal collective, because we are all on this same level together. It's just, are we falling into the fear mind, or are we going into the higher mind? And with that Saturn Aquarius thing, that is all about the higher mind and the universal mind. So I think we're going to have a lot of this challenging aspect coming forward. Well, it's not really, for me, it's challenging because it's my Saturn return. But that's different for everyone else. This is just kind of shaking things up on the humanitarian level, on this level that we haven't experienced, from what I understand, in over like 200 years. So there's a couple different cycles that it goes through, but there was this one in particular that has to do with the air sign, and it only happens every 200 years. So that's pretty cool. So again, we are being called to think of how this is collectively affecting us. While we do need to take care of the individual self and come back to this place of balance, we are also being called to be a bigger part of something outside of ourselves. So how can you get more clear on your part in this? How can we step up and be in this role and do this hard work? All right. So an herb that can help us this week is thyme, which I really like that patterning, and we're definitely kind of working ourselves through a maze at this point. But it says to distill yourself. So distill, like when we think of that word, another like clearing energy, another clearing things out that don't belong to us. Maybe certain thoughts that we thought were our own no longer are. And so we're starting to become more still and start to hear more of our inner calling. So this could be really kind of calling you to navigate that inner maze of yourself, all these walls that we've put up, all these different thoughts and energies. Now we're being called to actually find that heart center. We're actually trying to find where we began. What is it that we truly are in this world? So, spending a lot of time with yourself now that we do have this time, and actually getting more clear on who we are. Distancing, this social distancing can be a good thing because we can distance from what has been influencing us on a level that maybe we didn't realize. So tuning into that, finding your true heart center. Okay, I apologize that it's getting so dark. Let me see if I can turn this light up a little bit. Pause 1 second. See if it'll help a little bit. Okay. All right, a little bit better. Okay, so now moving into our Work Your Light Oracle. So I asked kind of how we can stay in this lighter energy for this week, and I got 2 cards. So the first one is the Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. So this all has to do with our divine guidance, whether this is more attributed as you just look at yourself as like this divine inspiration, or you have a certain deity that you attribute to, like Mother Mary or Buddha, Jesus, God, whatever that falls under. Like something is really being orchestrated on a higher level so that we can have this evolution to this higher mind, taking the next step. So even if you feel really alone, even if you feel kind of scared in this time, just know that you're supported and this is being orchestrated for our highest good. We can also see like this is, chakra leveling. That's what I see it as anyway. So we're kind of going up through this higher vibration. And to get through that, we kind of have to do a self-evaluation and clear out the stuff that's not going to really survive on that level. And if you're not really into that esoteric stuff, just clearing out like bad habits, maybe guardian angels that are trying to assist you into being a better version of yourself, seeing yourself for who you really are, a final like realization. Okay. And then, so for the next card, we have the Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? So even if this is like on the feminine side, like we're all being really called to kind of step into this warrior mode. Like men already have that, kind of up level that they are trying to do. But as women, we're also being called to like really stand up for what is right as well in all of these aspects. We're standing up for our families, our children, our own rights in this situation, and how do we protect those that we love. So this warrior energy is really coming forward, and we're hearing that deeper call. Everyone is in their own way. So I feel like this is just a calling to everyone, like even just if it's not affecting you like completely in the worst way, what are we being called to do in these situations? How are we contributing? Okay, and so our last card we have is Direction. Divine, please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body, and if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. So this is from the Wild Offering deck. And so again, like navigating that path back to the heart, finding our direction, because the world is changing. It's not going to be the same after this. That I really believe that. And so we're going to be pulled in something that we're not familiar with. And when we are not able to just like navigate the way that we were before, we kind of have to trust our intuition a little more and just say, all right, I'm going to try going this way. And if it doesn't work out, we'll try something else. That doesn't mean give up or lose hope. It just means that things are shifting and we have to create this new foundation. We have to come to a clear mind and a new direction, because if we want to evolve from this, things have to change. And change is good. It seems scary, but it ultimately, in the end, it is good. Yeah, a lot going on there. I have felt that in my own energy. I didn't know how that was going to come through for everyone else, but I think it's good. Yeah, so that is your reading for the week. I will be posting this everywhere. If you feel like this really called to you, please share it, comment how you felt. I'd love to chat with you more about your own journey. If you are looking for more like spiritual guidance or you want a personal reading, again, all of my services are going to be donation based at this time. I want to be of assistance in whatever way I can. And I'm sorry, my camera is freaking out. Anyway, sorry, where was I going? So, I will be kind of listing what sort of services I do on my website and all of those things. So if you feel called to something, please reach out however way you can, or even if you just want to chat with me. I'd love to be your anchor in this situation as well, and a reassurance, because I am also doing work as a spiritual counselor, in the sense of like regrounding into more of our like divine purpose, whatever aspect that is for you. And I also work with physical, everything can be distance. I can do chats. I teach like classes. If you want something more personalized, I can do that as well through Zoom. And, readings all through video chat or phone call, however you want to do that. So I'm still here, even at a distance, however you need me. So reach out in whatever way you can. We're all going to make it through. This is a really big shift for everyone, and you can do it. Okay? So I'm going to leave you at that, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Drink your water, take care of yourself, eat good food, get some good sleep, and do your inner work. Okay? Bye now. I'll be doing another reading tomorrow for the new moon. So we'll talk to you then. Bye.